I'm going to drop in just a brief video of what has to be the largest moth that I've ever seen just hanging out on our porch. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I know yesterday I talked about, or I mentioned that I would possibly talk about the history of this channel and kind of what went wrong with it. So, Eat, Drink, and Be Joneses was initially stood up. I initially put it together with the idea or the intention of traveling a lot more than what we've been able to do. Specifically traveling in our RV, touring the United States, potentially doing some overseas travel, maybe going to Mexico or Canada. Still want to make the drive up to Alaska. But all of that hasn't happened yet. And so I started posting some videos from some travel that we had done. And unfortunately, we just haven't been able to really spend as much time on the road as I had initially anticipated. Maybe next year some of that will change, but at this point in time, it's just not in the cards. So the initial idea was, okay, we're going to travel around the country. We're going to be in an RV. We're probably going to stay either at a lot of dispersed camping areas that are very remote, which would be cool to share. I think a lot of people would be interested in watching that. If we do stay in RV parks, I think a lot of people would be interested in seeing what those RV parks look like, what the amenities are, kind of what the layout looks like. Because when you're trying to reserve, when you're going to travel somewhere that you've never been and you have a few different options in terms of places to stay, it's nice to see some real reviews from real other people that are out there traveling, so then you understand what you're working with or what it really looks like. The pictures and the videos on the websites rarely accurately represent what these places look like. So that was the initial intent. So posted a couple of travel videos. And then when I realized that we weren't going to be able to travel, it was a matter of, okay, so I just leave the channel where it is, which is effectively dead, with just a handful of subscribers? Or do I continue to pursue my underlying passion of creating content, which, maybe we're going to use that term loosely, but I enjoy the act of creating these videos and getting these things published. So I made the decision to go ahead and proceed with just keeping this channel rather than making something new and just posting to it, creating videos, experimenting, if you will. Started doing some hikes local here in New Mexico. We will be traveling sparingly, of course, over the next year, but I'll be sure to include all of those videos as well and definitely try to get better at that whole recording process. It's challenging. I can tell you right now that when you go out and you see some of the other videos that some of these creators are putting out where they have all of the different camera angles and you have the drone shots and everything else, it's very time consuming. And it's very challenging when you're traveling and you're trying to meet specific time deadlines. And after a long travel day, the last thing that you really feel like doing is picking up a camera and recording yourself from multiple different angles in order to build a story worth, or craft a story worth watching. So I give tons of credit to those creators out there that are able to do all of that, because it is definitely challenging. But I've been working on it. I've been working on remaining more aware of the fact that I need to pick up the camera and record certain things. So it's all kind of a work in progress. But the channel at this point is just kind of a mishmash. I'm still just kind of experimenting, seeing what I enjoy talking about, what I enjoy recording, what I don't. I want to spend a lot more time making more cinematic type videos. And that includes learning more, improving my skill set with the video editing software, doing a lot more, getting into color grading, getting more into sound design, and just either integrating music in a more effective way or just integrating other sound effects, just to make for a more compelling story, and really just getting better at storytelling altogether in some of these videos. So that's really where I'm kind of at with the channel at this point in time. I do have an opportunity to review the Dehancer film emulation plugin, which is really, really cool. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be working on putting together that review, probably trying to shoot a lot more cinematic type footage. I'm really thinking the angle that I'm going to take with that review is trying to use the film emulation plugin over the top of action camera footage, which is just very digital looking. Maybe I'll include some iPhone footage in there as well, just so then everybody can see kind of a side-by-side comparison of what you are able to do with highly digital, overly sharpened action camera footage or iPhone footage, because that tends to be the problem, is that it's just overly sharpened, and so I'm excited about that. I'm really excited that, one, that they'd reach out, but two, that it's really going to allow me to focus on something that I've been thinking about anyway. And I had already been looking at that software thinking, oh, this would be really, really cool. And then opportunity came up. So I'm super excited about being able to do that. And otherwise, I'm just going to continue to post vlogs. I'm going to try to make it through the month of August, posting daily vlogs. After that, I'll probably go back to maybe once, twice a week videos, and then really just try to focus more on improving my skill set, getting better at storytelling, better visuals, better framing, paying more attention to the shot selection, spending more time outdoors. I definitely want to spend more time hiking, especially now that it's the summertime is coming to an end, which is awesome because that means it's going to cool off, which means that Amber and I can maybe spend more time in the early evenings riding our bikes, going to different places, or going out for hikes without it just being an oppressive heat. Because right now it's just hot. I have zero interest in going outside and getting a sunburn, just so I can try to record a video with squinty eyes out on a trail somewhere. So I'm looking forward to the fall. But I think that's everything that I wanted to share today. Hope everybody had a fantastic Wednesday, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow.